Alrighty, welcome back into another episode of Auto Bets, brought to you by Better and Green. Still undecided on the Auto Bets name, just trying out the intro there, but guys, we have two races this weekend to talk about. We have the Coke Zero Sugar 400 from Daytona, the last regular season race of the NASCAR season on Saturday night at 7:30. And on Sunday, we have the second to last IndyCar race of the season, the Snap-on Milwaukee 250. Quick recap from last week. Unfortunately, went 0-1. Gave out Ross Chastain over Ty Gibbs with about 40 laps to go. I believe Ross Chastain sat 16th or 17th. Ty Gibbs 26th. And Gibbs was on fresher tires. Chastain got caught up in an accident early. Had some damage to his car. And ends up finishing one spot ahead of Chastain. Got the pass on within like the last 3 or 4 laps. So disappointing loss there, but my boy Austin Dillon takes home the checkered flag. No controversy this time around. Last year he wins with the controversy. He gets his playoff spot taken away. Not this year. Absolutely dominated that race. Really great driving from my boy Austin. Locks in the playoff spot. So absolutely elated that he got done. Kicking myself for not putting any money on him. He was like 35, 40 to 1. Talked about him on the show, but actually didn't bet him. Only play was that Ross Chastain head-to-head. Guys, back with a couple of plays for the race weekend. Quick before I get into that, if you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to our channel. We're trying to get 49 more subs before kickoff of NFL season. That is in 13 days. So need 49 subs, 13 days. If you enjoy the content, if you have not already, please consider subscribing. Smash the like button for me. Leave me a comment down below. Who is your pick to win at Daytona on Saturday night? Let me know. Would love to hear it. Let's get into the plays here. We're going to start with the Saturday night NASCAR race. All right. First and foremost, I would not go crazy betting this race whatsoever. Maybe sprinkle a couple outrights like 0.1, 0.2 units. I would be very cautious even playing top 10s, top 5s especially. Maybe even head-to-heads. I mean, this is as random as it gets. A strategy I'm kind of looking into is playing on the guys that really need a strong finish in a matchup and fade the guys who are already locked into the playoffs, don't really have a ton to race for, might just want to keep it clean. Or if they're running up front, a guy who's locked into the playoffs might get moved late, turned into the wall, if a driver fighting for a playoff spot is trying to get their position. So that's kind of a way I'm looking at it. I'm just going to have one play this weekend. Again, it's a very hard race to actually bet. The bet I'm currently looking at right now, Chris Buescher over Bubba Wallace in a head-to-head, minus 115. Buescher, really good at this track. Has an average, I believe, in the top 10 here at Daytona. Even though, like I said, it's extremely random. I mean, you always hear the big one. It's coming. So you're really hoping to be a product of good luck in this race. But Buescher, he is right on the cut line of the playoffs. He races well at this track. He's a driver that usually is able to stay out of trouble. Meanwhile, Bubba Wallace, he's locked into the playoff with his win at Indianapolis earlier in the season. He's been running well, but not really a ton for him to race for in this one. So I do like Buescher. I'm looking for Buescher in just really any matchup that you can get against a guy like Bubba, or a guy that's already locked into the playoffs. I don't mind Buescher top 10. I would just make sure you're getting plus money on that. I would not lay any juice on a top 10 market this week. Like I said, it's just so random. So that's the way I'm looking to bet at Daytona Saturday night. Chris Buescher over Bubba Wallace, minus 115, is going to be the official play there. Let's move on to IndyCar. Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, the Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250. We had 2 races in Milwaukee last year. First one won by Pato O'Ward. Second one won by Scott McLaughlin. And that's kind of where we're looking. We have a matchup right now. Pato O'Ward minus 130. Scott McLaughlin even odds in a head-to-head. I'm looking currently at Pato O'Ward. Now, I do wait to make my IndyCar bets until after practice and qualifying, which goes Saturday. I am filming on Friday before NASCAR practice qualifying and before IndyCar practice and qualifying. So not going to lock this one in yet, but I am looking to play Pato O'Ward. Pato, up until last week, he had an outside shot looking in at catching Alex Palou for the championship. Ran to a mechanical issue, or sorry, 2 weeks ago, last time they raced. Had a mechanical issue early in the race, set him back 8-9 laps, and that was all she wrote for Pato. Still having a really nice season, though. We were able to cash our head-to-head matchup Will Power at a nice plus 125 price tag over Pato Award in the last race. We're coming to bet on Pato this week. I think the pressure is kind of off. He has been definitely a top three, if not the second best driver in the series this year. One of the best in the sport, and I just think with the pressure off, he's going to try to get two really nice finishes to finish out the year. Obviously has the win here from last year. Again, McLaughlin has one as well from last year at Milwaukee, but I'm looking for Pato just to kind of have a smooth, no pressure race, and I think it gets him probably into the top three, if not even an outright win here at Milwaukee. So, guys, that's kind of the way I am capping this. I wish I could do this video on Saturday. I am locked up all weekend, though, so have to get it out early. Stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter, X, at eBainbridge26. I will post all my official racing plays over there as I lock them in. Considering locking in Buescher sooner rather than later, I do like that head-to-head matchup with Bubba. But I will be waiting on a matchup bet in the IndyCar series until after practice and qualifying. Quick recap, though, guys. Buescher over Bubba Wallace minus 115 on Saturday night for Daytona. And in the IndyCar, Pato Award minus 130 over Scott McLaughlin. Those are my two leans for the races. Thank you, as always, for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Short and sweet one. Racing is, well, kind of wrapping up here. We'll be back for the playoffs of NASCAR. One more race for IndyCar, and then F1 comes back at the end of the month as well. So stay tuned for more content. Check out Better and Green for all of your sports content. MLB, MMA, NFL, college football, soccer, EPL, you name it, we got it at Better and Green. So check us out, guys. Consider subscribing. Hit the like button for me. Leave me a comment. Who's winning at Daytona in the final race of the NASCAR season? Hope you enjoyed. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week for another episode of Auto Bets. Thanks for watching, guys.